Intuition,
little things.
You have to practice it.
It's a muscle you can work.
It's a muscle you can work and you can exercise. And so I always like to have folks like, hey, when you walk into places and spaces or you're around certain people and you start to feel a way, ask yourself, why?
Yeah. Talk to yourself. Like, be like,
why?
Oh, I'm uncomfortable. Why? Look around.
Yeah.
Okay.
Like, what is it?
Who is making me uncomfortable? And I don't even have to talk to you. I'm like, oh, you're off. Your energy's off. Why is your energy off? Yes. And I might even go talk to you so I can be sure and double check myself.
I need to just make sure.
And be like, oh, you feel weird. Let me talk to you for a second.
Exactly.
I need less than 5 minutes. And I can probably be like, okay, no.
That's
right.
But
men also do the same thing, though. We talk about it on the podcast.
Yes.
Really?
You guys say, every man that has ever come on this podcast and almost every man I've ever listened to can say, I know within 5 minutes if I can marry her or not.
Okay, yeah.
I know within 5 minutes if she's just a jump off and I'm gonna just smash, or if I can make her into a real relationship.
Yeah, for sure.
You guys know these things, but you guys don't call it intuition.
Oh yeah.
You think
but that's intuition.
That's your intuition, knowing what kind of chick it is. So my answer before Alicia answers is just learning to trust your intuition, recognize that you have it and that you've always used it, but just kind of maybe targeting it more and understanding that it's there for you to use and that you can tap into that whenever you want.
Absolutely.
And it's something that your body is going to talk to you. Pay attention to your body. If after you have sex with a girl and you just smell something, don't just think about her. Don't just think about the physical aspect of it.
Right.
Think about the underlying things
the spiritual
because sometimes it's probably nothing wrong with her as far as STDs or something, but maybe it's just something about her spirit that you're smelling, right? Like, just paying attention to those little voices that you've learned to tune out, trying to tap back into that, I think helps a lot.
Yeah. I think that's where mindfulness comes in too, right? So mindfulness is literally just being conscious and aware.
Right.
And for most humans, but especially men, yes, you're taught to be aware of how to make the money, but you're not taught to be aware of what's happening with your spirit. And we have to understand that we are spirits having a human experience. You are a spirit first, but you are taught that you are a human first when that is not reality. Yeah. The reality is you are spirit turned flesh. So you came from somewhere. Some people call it God. I call it God, but other people call it source, the universe, the whatever. But your spirit came from somewhere and manifested in this human body. And so being mindful is just being conscious of what you are experiencing. It is asking yourself the why do I feel uncomfortable, or the what do I need in this situation? Why is this uneasy feeling here? Or what can I do to help to ensure that my experiences align with what I need? Because when you are mindful, you move differently because you're not letting just things happen to you. You are instructing them. You are guiding them. You are making a decision that no, or yes, I do want a Lil Wayne song, fuck every girl in the world. However, I am mindful of the fact that that many spirits and that many energies will corrupt the thing inside of me that I need to be able to achieve or fulfill whatever it is that I need. So yes, my flesh wants to, but my spirit knows that that's not good for me, so I'm not going to.
Right.
Did I answer the question?
You did.
I was like, did I?
No. Yeah, I did answer the question.
Okay. I didn't remember.
Right, like because essentially what I was asking is red flags. How do we identify red flags? Which I went into.
My answer was intuition.
Exactly right.
And being mindful.
And it is a great answer because red flags will look different in everybody in every situation.
If he didn't answer the phone, that's a red flag.
It's gonna look different.
Sometimes it's a little bit more subjective than we think it is.
Yes,
for sure.
So it's just like I'd rather give you a tool that has a more of a scope.
Absolutely.
I can't tell you all the time that this is a red flag, but I would maybe say another thing that's red flag is someone who isn't trying to be better. I think that's a major red flag.
Someone who isn't accountable. Like someone who isn't trying to be better and someone who cannot be accountable.
Right.
Like it terrifies me when humans refuse to be wrong.
Right.
Like, so you mean you expect to go through all these years of living and never be wrong?
Yeah.
Ever? I am afraid of you.
Yeah.
I am terrified.
We always talk about those things.
Yeah.
Because we have an episode called Red Flags.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, but it's more in a dating sense.
Yeah.
And, I really want people to understand that, like, just because that's a red flag for you doesn't make it a red flag for me.
Yes, it's subjective.
Yeah, I mean, I think there are some that are like obviously glaring for everyone.
Yeah.
But yeah, the intuition piece and what I heard you saying is like, get me curious about, you know, like people and the why and their stories and like how they were raised and things like that. Like, I think men don't pay enough attention to that with women.
And start asking what her favorite color is. Oh, dear God.
Like talk to women about their childhood.
Yes, that's in her book. Because so in Dating Well AF, we have, and it's a program that helps women to date more in alignment with their desired type of life, lifestyle, and what they want their experience to be, right?
Yeah.
So there's one of the booklets in there where I think it's 25 conversation starters that humans, because men can use them too, but 25 conversation starters to ask deeper questions. You get better answers when you ask better questions.
Right.
And the problem is nobody wants to ask questions because everybody's trying to rush to fuck somebody.
Right.